My name is Dudley White. I'm a unit commissioner with the Goose Street District, the National Capital Area Council.
Hello, I'm Aaron Casper. I'm a member of the Order of the Arrow and the National Capital Area Council in the Emmagameclicket Lodge. I'm the Lodge Vice Chief of Finance and Management.
Now, I've talked about everybody except Garnet W. Hammond. I am Heath. I was first Scoutmaster here. And of course, when I came back from the service.
I actually was in the Cub Scouts for a couple of years at a very young age. My dad moved around a lot, so it was only when I was in Maryland for a couple of years I actually got into Cub Scouts. My mother was a den mother. So.
When I was 3 years old, I first met my Scoutmaster. At the time, I didn't know he was a vigilant member of the Order of the Arrow.
I pleaded with my mother, to start a scout troop. And finally she did, because it was unusual for a lady to organize a scout troop, but she was an organizer of not only music and fine arts, but she would listen and she would act.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the outdoor adventures. At the time, the Scoutmaster was in desperate need of adult help, adult men to help lead on outings and handle logistics and whatever. So he asked me to stay, and I stayed. And I stayed for another 10 years about. After all that. So I decided, after that was done, I would actually give 20% of what I made away to charities. Scouting was on my heart, and then it just came to be opportune that Forrest or somebody sent a letter out about this Hilton Endowment. I like the idea of giving to something that keeps on giving.
You see, one of the things about scouting, it builds you up physically, just like the oath says, physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Now, those are fundamental things. See, I took my scouting serious, you see, and that's why I'm 93 years old, because I've lived a clean, upright life.
Regardless of whether a Boy Scout joins the OA, members of the OA have an impact. They exemplify the Scout Oath and Law. They exemplify the principles of brotherhood, cheerfulness, and service.
I think giving to an endowment has the added advantage of the gift that keeps on giving, basically. And the fact that it was a matching endowment, this last year when I gave it, there was some advantage to that, and it kind of doubled my giving amount.
I'm thanking those people for a brick because of the fact, number one fact, is because I appreciate what they did for my life. The other thing is that you have to have some way to spread your light. We are raised a light, like the President said. First President Bush, he said 1,000 rays of light. We are sunbeams for God. We don't just leave it to the children to be a sunbeam. We are supposed to be sunbeams, you see, because God stands for light.
Friends of Scouting would be good for this coming year operational budget. Endowments are good forever. Once you start gifting an endowment and they only withdraw a 4 or 5% rate, it's good for multi-funders council either. And it takes financial pressures off the council should there be a shortfall in funding or whatever, something like that may occur. So I think endowments are a better way to fund something.
The endowment is a permanent fund for scouting. Well, in our council, the Boy Scouts exist. When the Boy Scouts exist, the Order of the Arrow exists. It's not the other way around. You can't have a standalone Order of the Arrow. So, by supporting the endowment, we're supporting scouting and hopefully supporting ourselves.
I'd like to see scouting continue the way it is. In spite of all the rules changes, whatever. I mean, still the essence of scouting is still there. The 12 points of the law, all that's still there. That's something, good principles for boys to learn to become men. So what I want to do is give that by supporting the camps, keeping the camps around, give scouts opportunities to go to these camps and learn and live those principles.
Do you know I cannot make the scout sign as good as I used to make it? But I guess it happens after 93 years. But anyhow, on my honor, I would do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.